Social media is hard. I always see people living their dream life, making their choices, and then just doing it. But I feel like the hardest part of all that is actually making the choice. What are the other choices that people had to say no to or didn't even try? We often only see the outcomes of someone's life rather than the decisions that led to the outcome. And that's something that I always thought a lot about is how do people make those decisions? What are the factors to lead them to this place in their life? And to be frank, I've had to think about that a lot lately. My name is Emily. About a month and a half ago, I got laid off from working at an amazing environmental nonprofit. And since then, I have worked on a farm. I was living in Brussels at the time. And something that I've always been super passionate about is spin classes. I have been doing spin classes for almost 8 years at this point since I was in high school. And I remember that every Saturday morning, I think it was a 9 a.m. spin class, and I was waking up early, showing up with all the moms of my friends in my high school, but I showed up every single Saturday morning because I just loved it. And since being in high school, I've done spin classes in Seoul, Korea, in New York City, in California, in Brussels, in Utrecht, Netherlands, in Lisbon, Portugal. Whenever I travel, it's fun for me to take a spin class. I've had a dream for a while to also become a spin instructor. And during this time, I actually applied to become a spin instructor in Brussels. And as someone who was feeling a bit lost, I emailed everybody that I could find an email for. I sent them a video as to why I believe I'd be a good spin instructor, along with my cover letter and resume. I was definitely being very go-getter. And all in all, I did in the end get attention from a spin class that I would have loved to teach at. I have been going to this spin class brand for years. Whenever I come to Europe, I take a spin class with them. But unfortunately, my time in Brussels ended and I was not planning to stay there long term anyway, and I felt it was best that I would come home. And so I had to leave that dream behind. But it was the furthest I've ever gotten to a dream that I've had for a very long time. And I had a moment where I was like, am I making the right decision to go back home and not stay here and fulfill this thing? And it's just one step in letting something go that maybe wasn't the right timing for it. And the thing about being so young is that you never know if those dreams will come back. You'll end up achieving them. I just have to be okay with the fact that that's not going to happen right now for me.